the new season of Castlevania Nocturne has finally came out, and I watched it and I really enjoyed it, and I just had to talk about it because I think this show has like very little media presence. I feel I never see anything about it, and I think it's a great show. Has some great scenes. It has great characters. The writing, the setting is insanely good. The world building is amazing, and the animation is honestly it's like pretty much second to none. I feel in just pure action base. I would say it's on par with the Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 in terms of like fighting animation. It was insane. It was stunningly beautiful. So if you don't know what Castlevania is, it was a show, or it's a game that got turned into an anime on Netflix a couple years ago. And after that one ended, they came out with a new one, I think 2 years ago, called Castlevania Nocturne. And the new season of that just came out yesterday. And I thought it was great. I really liked how different it is than the original series. I like how the new characters are still connected to the original characters somehow. We even get a name drop of Trevor, my goat. And Alucard is the MVP of the second season because, oh my god, every time he was on the scene, it was a delight. He is such a great character. The way he's designed is amazing. His fighting style is just so good. It's the best in the whole show, I think. He's just such a beast the entirety of the show. I it's just amazing. I can't describe Alucard as anything other than that. So, I want to talk about some of the characters now. So, there's going to be spoilers. So, Alucard, he comes back. We see this at the end of season 1, and it picks up right where it left off. Alucard joins Richter and Maria in the battle against the vampire Messiah. I don't know how to say her name. I think it's like Ezerbet or something like that. But I'll just call her the Messiah for the video. So they instantly pick up this journey, and then they go through some character conflicts with Maria, and this leads to Alucard, Richter, and what is her name? Annette. Annette, his love interest. They all go on a trip to Paris to find the corpse of the god that Ezerbet is trying to steal the power from. So they head to Paris, and then Richter, being the cocky little man he tells some fat midget vampire that they're going to Paris, and then this leads to Drata, who died in the first season. She comes back because the abbot resurrected her as a night demon, and now she's insanely OP. She is extremely powerful. She can fly. She can go out in the sun, even though she's a vampire. So she's pretty much on par with Alucard somewhat. So she pulls up with a gang of vampires. They steal the body, and then she dips out. She returns to give Ezerbet the heart of the god. She devours it, and then she becomes the strongest character in the show at this point in time. She goes through like a transformation because she becomes like a lion looking thing. It's kind of ugly, but this is in the final episode. So that is a crazy like 1 to 8 episode summary, but that's pretty I think it's pretty accurate. So now we're at the climax of the show. I don't want to skip over, or I am going to skip over like a lot of stuff because I just feel like the climax stole the entire show from me. It was amazing. The last 2 episodes are masterpieces, honestly. So I don't even know where to start. talking about the climax. I'm honestly at a loss for words still, and I finished it a few hours ago. So this is where the animation is kind of like in Blue Lock. I feel like even though the animation was great throughout the entire show for here, I feel like they saved a little bit of budget just to blow their entire load on the last two episodes. It is so good, and of course I'm talking about the episodes, not their load. So Richter Belmont, Alucard, and Maria are teaming up against the god demon of no, not oh Richter, Belmont, Maria, Alucard, and Annette being possessed by the god that Ezerbet is being possessed by. But this time it is her three sides because she is the god of war and of healing. So Annette has the healing power inside of her, and the demon Messiah has the god of war inside her. So while Annette is suppressing her like true power, this allows Richter, Maria, and no, it's not. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It is just Belmont, Richter Belmont, and Maria, and Annette going against the Messiah. I apologize for my mistake. So this is like the greatest display of action animation in a very long time. It was absolutely stunning. The fighting choreography, I think it's called. It was amazing. It was well directed. It was just so good. The scenes, like Richter just has an aura to him. He literally, there's like, I'm at a loss for words. I'm sorry. This is honestly a bad, probably a bad video, but you guys need to watch Castlevania Nocturne to understand the quality of the animation. Or if you don't care about the show, at least watch the final battle on YouTube or something. It is so good. I think if you're a fan of animation, you have to watch this fight. It is absolutely jaw-dropping. And just the show itself, and in its entirety of the Castlevania series, starting from the first season, I loved every second of the entire series. It is so cool to have like a different setting, and I think it's all in English too, which is unusual for anime standards. I don't know if it was made in America or anything like that, but I think it was amazing. It is like a breath of fresh air because no one really does the medieval genre quite like this, because every time we see the medieval genre, it's clouded by something stupid like bringing a smartphone or a god giving you some overpowered superpower. But this is just it's so good. It's just normal. If it's based off a video game, it follows the Belmont family who hunts down vampires and monsters, and pretty much just shows their life and their character and how they progress and save the world or the city or country or the enemy they're fighting. In the first Castlevania, the main villain is Dracula and the demon army he summoned. And in this one, I already said it's the Messiah who wants to cast an eternal eclipse so vampires can take over the world. So, sorry if I was all over the place here. I should really start planning out my videos better before I just turn it on and go crazy. But I just had to talk about this show. It was a treat. I really hope they continue the series with the third season. And if not, I really hope they make a new Castlevania series, because every time they do, it's just so amazing. It's such a treat. And the Castlevania franchise has so many different characters, and they all take place in different like eras or centuries, and there's just so much that they could do. Like, even if you don't know anything, you know there's two characters in Smash Bros, Simon and Richter. I don't even know who Simon is, but I would love to see his story, like in a Netflix series like this, or just anyone. It's just such a great treat. I don't know what else to say. Just please watch Castlevania. It is so good. It's such a treat if you like animation or just action in general. Well, that's about it. See ya.